Hey guys, Brandon from Brandon's Garages. So today we are going to be installing light mods to the Z06. We're going to start with clear rear taillights that I just purchased from Paragon Performance. I'm not sponsored. This is all purchased independently, so I can say whatever I want about these products. And then I'm also going to be installing some daytime running lights that are yellow for the front. And then also for the third brake light in the back, we're gonna be doing the Formula One style, which has got the fast twitch. It's basically like a little module that plugs in. It's a piggyback on the harness. So we're gonna be taking the rear bumper off. We're gonna be putting in clear taillights. I might, if we have time, we're gonna paint the rear exhaust tips. We're gonna paint those black, depending on how the day kind of goes. But either way, bumper's coming off, clear taillights going in, front daytime running lights are going on. And so it's a whole lighting mod day for the Z06. So stay with me. I'll have basically an in-depth install process, and then we'll kind of go from there. But first, let's look at what we got here. So this is our boxing. I'll go over totals when we get done with the receipt and everything, so you can kind of see what this costs if you want to do this to your car. They sent everything in one box. This is our module that's going to go for our Formula One style fast twitch rear brake light, third brake light. And let's see here. So in the box, they threw in, it looks like Auto Addict. There's the one, that's the company that makes the tail lights. And then we've got, these are the modules that are gonna go on our factory lights, which require removal of the inner liner. And then these are our tail lights. So let's take a look at these babies. I have not looked at them yet. And see how they look. So this is what we're dealing with here. Okay. All right, it's a pretty nice unit. Obviously, the new stuff kind of doesn't have bulbs. It's all LED, and it's just should be just a plug-in, and that's what it is. So, see our harness here. There's our plug-in connectors, and actually, no, it's so non-serviceable. Look at here. So this is a pretty nice little unit. It's got one connector. Unfortunately, rear bumper's got to come off, but the big difference is you've got here, you've got the gray instead of the red, so it takes the red off the car, which I like because my car's blue. And then we have, instead of having to tint all of these like you would with the separate kit, basically on our stock tail lights, these are already tinted here, and then this has a sequential thing that goes all the way across whenever we get done. And then on the sides, you don't have that reflector over here, so that's already tinted in dark. So this is a pretty nice little unit, I gotta say. All the tabs look like they came okay. So, all right, so I like this so far. So we're gonna get started, I guess, first with, the hard part, which is gonna be the rear bumper. So next up, we're gonna be taking off the rear bumper. All right, so I don't think you have to do this in a particular order, but basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 T15s. So they run all along here, and then you have two in the corners that actually connect the rear quarter panel to the rear bumper at the top, and they're going to be this way, and then these other ones this way. So. Okay, so went ahead and just raised the car up, and we're going to go to the bottom, and then because I got to take the wheels off, and it'll be easier just to go up and then back down. So anyways, we have 7mm all along this bumper here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus some push tabs that have to come off. All right, so then you gotta take the wheels off to get to your wheel well. And we got one more left. So. All right, so these 215s. right, so that's gonna expose here, and there's one up the top. And there's an inner one too. I think this one over here to get this down to where you can get to it. Okay, so here you've got where it actually connects the quarter panel. There's a 10. This is way back here. It's probably gonna be a little hard to see. And then there's two 7.5 or 7 millimeters. This one you have to get. I'm gonna use like a tiny little wrench on this one back there. And I may not be able to video this because it's so tight. But we're gonna try. Okay, all right, so on the bumper, probably want a helper. We should hopefully be disconnected. They're gonna lift up from each corner this way, and it should come out. And then there's gonna be a harness, or 2 or 3 harnesses actually. Ready? Have it at the bottom. Got it? Mm-hmm. And then on the harnesses, you've got one over here, push pin connector, 2 here, 1 small pin, and then 1 big pin. I'm gonna do those. I won't be able to get that on camera because I gotta do it. Okay, so once the bumper's off, tail lights come up from the back. They're all attached to the bumper. So you've got, it's like 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Already disconnected here, and then there's a tab here. And it's just like that on both sides, and that gets your tail lights out. I am going to, while I'm doing this, take all these little 7s off, take this exhaust bracket off, and go ahead and paint this just because it's easy to get to right now. And that way I'll have these tail lights off, I'll have that painted black, and then we can do the little Formula 1 style, which that probably plugs in somewhere right here. I'll have to look at the instructions, but that's most likely how it goes. So, all right, stay tuned. And there you go, it's off. Those things are light. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the exhaust bracket off too. Okay. All right, now for the Formula 1 style brake light, looks like it, this is your LED on the back. Looks like it just piggybacks off. There's no instructions on there, but I mean, it's kind of obvious looking at it. So we're gonna pop this piece off. And then this one's gonna plug in. And then that's going to plug in there. Basically, it should. Plugs in there. And that's going to plug into this. So that'll plug in here, and then I'll probably just wire tie this out of the way to make sure it's gone. So that's all there is on that. It's pretty easy. Okay, I just tucked it back up under here, and it just kind of stays. So easy peasy. All right, next we're going to move on and get these tail lights put in on each side. All right, so we've got everything buttoned back up. I've got the exhaust now put on, and then we've got our tail lights hooked in. So now we're gonna pop it up. We gotta hook these connectors up. So we're gonna walk it up and then plug up. Mm-hmm. Ready? Okay, so the rest of it's just a reverse process of what we just did, and then we're gonna move on to the front once I've got this and the wheels back on. Because the front, we've got to take the wheels off, and we got to get the inner fender liner out to get the basically change your kind of halo rings. So all right, first step to get to the headlight jacket, we're gonna have to get under here to this little module. So the inner wheel well is gonna have to come loose. I don't think it's gonna have to come all the way off. I think we can just loosen it and pop it down and get up in there. Hopefully, if not, we'll take the whole thing down. I've done it before, it's not too big a deal. So let's get these wheels off. We're gonna do one side, and then the other side I'm not gonna show just because it's the same process. We've got here, all these little 15 millimeters, and there's one in the inside here, and get some white. So we've got one down here that'll have come loose. We should be able to separate this side of it, I think, to get up in there. I think this is all we need. So just these and that one and that one, and this should pop forward. There might be one underneath too, I think. Yeah, there's a few underneath. All right. So we're gonna pop those off and then come back. All right, so I end up trying to get it just a half out. It didn't work, so I'm just gonna take the whole fender liner out. So this has a 7mm underneath, and this pops out just like in the back. And then that gives you access, and then it should come out now. I've got them all loose. All right, so you actually have these 3 tins, and there's one on the back side of this harness, and this bracket, I guess, comes off, and then these are T20s. I normally don't watch install videos, but I actually looked at the one on this one. Let's see here. All right, take these off. All right, so I got this loose and out of the way mostly. And now this has to come off, and it's the T20s. So that comes off, you just swap it and then put it back together. So that's pretty much it. I don't think I had to take this bolt off over here. I think I could have got it around, but I don't know. But I took it off anyway, so it's loose, it's out of the way. We'll put the 20 in and put it back together, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like. This one was frustrating, this part of it. I don't know why. It's more frustrating than the bumper for some reason. Bumpers wouldn't get on my nerves this much. One thing I do want you to see is there's a connector in there when you get this off that plugs into here, and then you can re-bolt it back up. So just a FYI. Now I'm gonna bitch for just a second. All these install videos, everybody's clean, nobody's sweating, none of that shit. All of these little tiny bolts on here, you have to sit behind with your fingers as a hand thread all the way through. Like, that shit takes forever. And you don't see any of that in the install videos. It's just like, whoop, put the bolt in, and then magically everything's done. But let me just tell you, it's kind of a bitch. Really is. I mean, I'd rather do the rear than this. This is annoying. All right, soapbox over, rant over. All right, guys, we're done. Got the other side done on the front. It's taken most of the day. It's been really hot, so I've had to take a lot of breaks. But instead of doing the whole thing, the back and the front, I'd say the front's probably 2 out of 5. The back's probably a 3, just because you need another person. Actually, I'd take that back. Back's probably a 2 too as well. It's just a lot of tedious work, and you just need an extra set of hands. So anyway, so we're gonna see what they look like. Tell me what you think. All right, and then we can compare the two, and I'll give you my thoughts right here. Hey, so we're done. I'm happy with it. It's kind of got the C7 z06 look to it here. You know, with the clear tails. I think everything matching, not taking the red away, is really kind of done a good job on this. And the back end just looks more uniform to me. So all in all, we're looking at what? Total install time. It took me most of the day, but I had to do painting and wait for, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of cumbersome. So you could probably do the front in about an hour. And then you could probably maybe an hour and a half and get the rear done in 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how quick you are. But I definitely recommend a helper, obviously. But man, these look good. So far I'm happy with it. We'll see durability wise how well this goes. So also I told you I would tell the costs to do all of this, the third brake light, a rapid, to do the tail lights, and to do the front was around $1,600 all in for everything. Just the tail lights alone were like $1,050 or something like that. So that's about what it's going to run you if you want to do this. They are pricey, but here's the thing. Looked on eBay, you can sell your stock headlights, and you could get probably about $500 a pop for those. So it's really, you know, an offset. If you want to get rid of them, this won't cost you anything. Okay, that's about what they're going for, about $500 a pop, it looks like. So anyways, all right, well, if you don't mind, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed what you saw today. If you've got anything you want me to do moving forward, just send it in the comments. All right, have a good one.